that was listed on the League of Women Voters website on their newsletter. The League of Women Voters is supposed to be nonpartisan. That means they don't support or they're not pro or against any particular issue. They came down here and said that they were for this. Personally, it would be a good thing if we had more people that had access to health care. The reality is we only have so much money. The second reality is this is part of the Federal Affordable Care Act. I've heard all these good things about why we should expand Medicaid. I've heard nobody mention what expanding Medicaid will do to our state under Obamacare, or the packet, Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act. Are you aware that the IRS will start closing our nonprofit hospitals, our charitable hospitals? That is a right, that is under the Affordable Care Act. Please read up on it before you make any decisions. There's always blowback. When people only look at a certain portion of an issue, we can all be screwed. I want to know where the money's going to come from to expand it. And I heard somebody early this morning talk about a comparison between a dog getting health care and people. Well, that dog's owners probably have a lot of money. A lot of dog owners are poor, so their dogs don't get anything. Comparing pets to people is just wrong. It seems to me that the majority of people that have spoke to expand this are from organizations who are going to benefit financially. That is not a good reason to expand things. Friday, after I went to the meeting, I thought about what I learned Friday. And Sunday night, I sent an email out to some friends and said, here's what I learned at a supposed nonpartisan meeting. Between Sunday and this morning, I had 500 forms. It took them 2 weeks to get 1,700. Does that tell you something? 2 days, I got 500. This is a big deal. People are not here that are working, but you've got people here who can take off of work and say, gimme, gimme, gimme. But we need to fix Medicaid so that people who are disabled have a better chance to use it properly, and people that are on it unnecessarily, who don't need to be on it,
30 seconds.
are taken off. There is work to be done on Medicaid. Thank you for your time.
Are there any questions for the witness? Representative?
Just briefly.
Sure.
Thank you for your testimony. I think I may have misunderstood, so I want to make sure that I have it right. Is it your testimony that under the Affordable Care Act, the IRS is going to close non-for-profit hospitals?
Yes, it is.
And what is the basis of that statement? Because I'm not aware of anything in the Affordable Care Act that's going to make that happen.
It's on the IRS website. It's part of the legal language that was just released last Thursday. And if an area is deemed to have everyone covered by insurance, the IRS can decide that there's no reason for that area to have a charitable hospital. They will be revoking their nonprofit status to turn them into taxable.
And I'm sorry to interrupt, but I know that we're very pressed for time. So is your testimony here today that the IRS's website says that it's going to start closing non-for-profit hospitals if patients are covered under health, if patients have access to health insurance?
Yes, ma'am.
And could you, I would like if you could email that to me, because frankly, I am a lawyer, and so when you talk about legal language, you obviously raise the, you get my ears going. And I'm not aware of any of that, and I suspect that some information on the IRS's website may have been misinterpreted.
I would hope so.
Because I'm not aware of that at all.
Miss, if you would email, my card is right there. And if you would
email
the chair, and then we'll make sure that we disperse that out to all members.
Thank you.
Yes.
And then,
oh, I'm sorry.
Well, if I just might have again, I mean, and I also want to make sure that I understand your testimony correctly. That your position is that because an organization will benefit financially, it's not a good reason to expand.
No, but when you've got organizations who will benefit from something financially, and it's not to the benefit of the people, and it's based on financial incentives for their organization to grow, please consider that.
And are you aware about the, have you read the Mizzou study about the fiscal impact and the business impact of the state of Missouri of the expansion of Medicaid program to 138% of the federal poverty level?
I have not read that report, but I would be happy to if you would provide it to me.
So are you aware of how the influx of dollars from the federal government to the state of Missouri would have a positive economic impact upon the businesses in the state of Missouri? All businesses, not just health businesses.
All businesses have a positive impact when they get money. What business doesn't? Every household has a positive impact if they're given money. But where's that money coming from? It doesn't just appear out of thin air. The federal government gets their money from everybody in here's pockets. Okay. And then they administer it, they skim off some off the top for administration to give us some back.
Well, I'm not going to argue that point. And then finally, do you have any degrees in business, economics, law?
I've sold group health insurance for 30 years, and I'm a member of the National Association of Health Underwriters, St. Louis Association of Health Underwriters, the Missouri Association of Underwriters, and I know a lot about health insurance.
And don't health insurance companies have a financial incentive or non-incentive? I mean, isn't there some financial impact upon health insurance companies if Medicaid is expanded to 138%? So isn't there also a financial incentive?
And